funny man, an incredibly brilliant comedian. It is the occasionally cross-dressing, marathon-running Eddie Izzard. Young Edward Izzard.
Good evening.
Good evening, Eddie. You're looking, may I say, you're looking more handsome than I think I've ever seen you looking before.
Well, I thought I'd do that this time. You know, you have a choice of looking a mess or not a mess, so I went for not a mess.
Well, yeah, well, you pulled it off magnificently. Eddie's thinking of running one day for Mayor of London. That's right, isn't it, Eddie?
Yeah, 2020.
2020?
So voting starts in 7 years.
OK.
So don't hold your breath.
Book early. And if you win, of course, that'll make you the second comedian to hold the post. Eddie Izzard, ladies and gentlemen. He's a remarkable man, and he is here. Welcome back. I'm still recovering from those comedians. They were beautiful, weren't they? Let's get my next guest out. For my money, one of the finest stand-up comedians of our time. It is Mr. Eddie Izzard. Here he is. Come sit down. Eddie, how are you? Great to see you.
I'm very good, thank you.
Lovely to see you. You're in boy mode this evening. There's a little bit of decoration going on.
Kind of action transvestite mode.
Yeah, but I love the nails. The nails are great. Show everyone your nails. Can we get a close-up of the nails? Because one in particular you've gone patriotic on.
It's British European transvestite. It's a political statement in 10
Look
figures.
at that, because you see you've got the Euro flag there.
Yeah.
Boo. And we've got the flag of Britain there.
Well, my thing is, I know everyone's gone kind of weird, but if Europe doesn't make it, then I don't think the world's going to make it. We've got to learn to work together in some shape or form, and Britain's got to be at the centre of that and fighting our way. And we're all the same people. I did a show. I did a show that's on the BBC that's just coming out in February, and it's Meet the Izzards. It takes us back 200,000 years with our genetics. Wow. And as you go further back, it's not my genetics, not the family genetics, it's all of our genetics. And we all come out of Africa, and we come from the same people. So we were a small group of about 10,000 people, and then we've turned into, 7 billion people on the planet.
So we came out of some eggs, and now here we are.
Exactamundo.
But you are remarkable, in great shape as well. You're 51, is it next week?
51 next week, yeah.
51, and still running the marathons, and you did that incredible...
Well, last year I tried... there's another programme coming out, on, which is on Sky TV, which is the Mandela Marathons, Eddie Izzard's Mandela Marathons. I tried to run 27 days in honour of Nelson Mandela.
In Africa or over here?
In South Africa.
And so
through where he was born and the whole life, and I got a problem. I had an illness going on, and after 4 marathons I had to stop, but we've done a beautiful documentary about it, and I will be going back to finish off.
And the kind of illness you got, was this an illness that we can talk about, or will it be an illness that will make people vomit?
No, it was OK. It was just one that was going to kill me. So it was a prescription drug that was for your good health, but that, with a lot of running, was not good for you and made you just go down. But, I did 43 marathons before.
Yes, we all know that. Stop going on about it.
My point was, after 4, on the 3rd marathon, it was the toughest marathon I've ever done. I thought, this is just really weird. Why is it so hard? But it was great. I was in South Africa. The people were great. The only dangerous thing was a guy drove his car right at me. And I was running along, and he was just coming straight at me.
So not a fan?
No, not a fan. The fact was, he was going 5 miles an hour. He was going 5 miles an hour, but straight for me. This is the bit. So I'm running up, and I'm running along. And I think he's going to pull out. He's going to pull out. No, he's going straight. He's going straight for me at 5 miles an hour. And I sort of hit the car, say, swear at him, and then he just carried on going at 5 miles an hour. We all got out. He was on something. He was driving home after a very late night of doing something or other.
But you're going to go back. You're going to finish it. So my question to you is, why do you do these things? I know it's kind of, I'm sure, the sense of achievement must be afterwards, but why set yourself these challenges?
Well, health is part of the thing. It's just personally, for me, it's kind of healthy. Helps raise money. Honouring Nelson Mandela, I think one of the greatest people who maybe ever lived. Yes. He's not a saint. He's just a political guy who got, democracy and freedom for South Africa. And it's kind of like having missions, humans were pretty good at setting something up and going for it. Like the Olympics. We did brilliantly in the Olympics. Not only the people doing the athletics, but the actual volunteers as well.
Hold on, so let me ask you about your political... Before we get onto your talks, I want to talk about that, and I'm thrilled you're doing comedy again, but the politics is a big thing in your life now, isn't it? It's a big thing.
Well, yeah, I just don't like fascists. So,
well, that's an admirable stance. No one's going to disagree with that.
Because I do believe people on the extremes really like getting into power and power over people and let's change everything. And the people in the centre right, centre left, they tend to say, well, live and let live and let's do our lives. And we don't get involved. We don't get that active. And so we have to get active to keep fighting the right, because the right keeps coming back.
So you said 2016, did you say, or 2020?
2020.
2020. That's a long way off, though. That's
I didn't bring this up. You brought it up.
Well, I'm curious about it. So so you've actually got your life planned out to that extent?
Oh, yeah, and then after.
OK, all right. So no one else I know knows what they want to be doing in 7 years' time.
I'm a transvestite with a career. You've got to plan, honestly. It's not... They don't hand it out to transvestites.
So you've got it planned. So next 7 years, he's still comedy.
6.5 years, because I've got to get nominated.
OK.
Yeah, it's comedy, it's acting, it's marathons, it's just doing everything I like doing and getting ready for...
And then, presumably, if you won for mayor and if you get elected, and there would be a good chance of that, I imagine, then you wouldn't be able to do the comedy while you're working. So you'd have to put... You're prepared to put that away?
I have to put it into hibernation. Okay. And then if I can do anything positive or decent in politics, I'll stay in there for a good while. And if not, I'll get out and blow up the paddling pool again and say, so anyway, forget about that. And now comedy again. You're
not slowing down at all. We mentioned you're 51 next week, and you're going on... Would I be right thinking this is one of, if not the biggest tour you've ever done?
I'm calling it the most extensive... I'm claiming it's the most extensive comedy tour ever. I just go around claiming records and willy-nilly, just until someone says, no, it's not.
Well, it's the Force Majeure tour. Here's the poster. You look great. You look very British as well. I like that. I like that kind of... You look like you're in the Avengers.
Yeah, that was designed by Sarah Townsend, who did the Believe...
Well, it's very lovely. OK, so here's the dates you're going on tour, and it is a remark... I don't think any other comedian I know of would do a tour in such a strange list of places. Australia, yes. Belgium. OK. You speak French. Will you be doing a French routine?
I will be doing French and English. Yeah.
You're doing French and English, yeah. Canada, French and English?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Croatia?
Just English. Most of these are just English.
Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Hong Kong, India, Indonesia, Ireland, Latvia, Malaysia, Nepal...
The brilliant thing is that we can take our British comedy... I'm just exporting British comedy around the world, which in the end is...
You must change some of it, though, when you go. I know you... When you do...
Don't change it. No, because, you know, I'm talking about supermarkets and haircuts and dogs and cats and the Greeks and playing banjo and going to the moon. And you go to Moscow and they go, hey, yeah, going to the moon, supermarkets, cats, dogs, haircuts.
But this defies all conventional logic that we've held up until now.
I know. We had this argument, remember, at the Comedy Awards. And
it wasn't an argument. It was just a heated conversation.
I said there's going to be people from Scandinavia coming and doing comedy. You say, yeah, that's going to happen. Then you made some sort of stripper reference.
Well...
And then...
I said strippers from Scandinavia are always welcome. Maybe I said something like that. It was less enlightened times. However... We haven't had an influx of Scandinavian comics, so I think history has proved me right, Izzard.
No, they're here already.
Where? I've never seen one. What are you talking about?
You don't go out anywhere. You're 109.
That's not the point.
There's German comedian Michael Mittermeier came over. South Africans, Canadians, Australians all coming in. Dutch are coming in as well.
All
doing it in English.
Hold on. The argument was specifically about Scandinavian comics, OK?
Yeah, I'd say 5 or 6.
Name two of them.
I don't know all their names.
Well, exactly. If you don't know them, who does? No one does.
They're coming. It's a beautiful thing,
Well,
man.
I don't want them here.
Isn't it? Just chill out. This is a beautiful thing. If people, especially they're learning English, we're not having to learn Scandinavian. It's an easy-deasy thing.
I'm not sure.
Not a hardsy-pardsy thing.
OK, I was joking.
I know, but I do want other people to go and play their comedy in all the other countries, and not for us as Britain to just retrench, pull back, and say no to all... Just take it out there, because we're good at our stuff.
So the tour begins March to when? March
about 16, but in the UK, it's about May or June, so...
May or June. So first of all, it's starting... The country you've chosen to launch your tour in? I heard you were launching in Latvia.
Yeah, it's good to start in Latvia, but then by the time because my hardest audience is in London, you know? London and the major cities of the UK. Okay. That is the ones I have to be so match fit for. So I'm going through America doing 2 gigs a night.
So why is London the hardest audience for you?
Because they know that I was just born on the streets of London and doing a street performance. They say, we know you, you know, so do some good stuff.
Do special stuff.
Don't just, you know, do a beer commercial and knock it out.
Latvians will accept any old shit.
They just haven't seen me so much. They will be very welcoming and, you know, and they... But no, but there's a truth in it. No, I'll tell you what, I went to play Dunedin in the south of New Zealand, right? Dunedin, the most southernmost city. I went there, it was only half full, it was raining. I thought, this is going to be miserable. But because I'd got to Dunedin, not many people came down there, they went berserko.
Just seeing a new face.
Well, it was just... they were a great audience. They were a great audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, he speaks a lot of sense. I hope you agree. I'm interested to see I hope your political career works out. I hope it does.
Well, I hope it... I mean, I think I could get in, I could get elected, and then people start grumbling and say, oh, you were interesting before and it's boring now, because I'm going to have to, you know, it's going to get into that kind of place. But I will try and go for it, and I'll try and do it with a good heart.
I wasn't getting into a conversation with you again then. I was wrapping up the interview. But no, because we've covered that ground.
I know! You shouldn't have... You left it open, they left the gate open at the end.
Well, I hope you're...
No, so let me wrap it up. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that Jonathan Ross continues having a good show, that he keeps doing his talk show for some time, that he loses just a few pounds.
No, what
but,
the... I'll be honest, that was hurtful.
No, because we've talked about this. Because
hurtful.
it's a fight, because you can do this, and you're good at this. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Ross.
What a kind thing to say. What a lovely thing to say, Abby. That's very kind.
That is, ladies and gentlemen, what a fabulous game.